In July, Zwelihle found itself in lockdown, with residents forbidden from going to work in an attempt to bring Hermanus to its knees. But not everyone in Zwelihle agreed with the stay away, as police reinforcements poured into town. While many supported the Zwelihle renewal protests, there are those who say they participated out of fear. This woman, whom we will call Ayanda, works in the service industry. She wants her identity hidden. Otherwise, she says, she knows she will be targeted.
They were threatening us and they were telling us not to go to work. If they see you going to work, then they will use force. It's either they will beat you up with the sticks, and because they were carrying all sorts of weapons, they were intimidating people to follow them, to obey them. They were using violence. They were threatening people. So people were scared at the end of the day, so they just stand and watched them do whatever they wanted.
Somali shops were burned and foreigners singled out, she says.
The other day I was just walking, then I found them opening this other shake of the lady whom they said she'd gone to work. Then they took the fridges, the gas stove, bed, the passports, because she was not from here, everything, and then they put it on the street, lit the fire, and then they worked.
Zwelihle businessman Petrus Dumse says the strikes were a means to an end, but that his transport business has taken a knock.
My staff could not come into a workplace because they were blocked by the community, and it was the agreement within the community that they wanted their voice to be heard. 50% of my monthly turnover is gone because it's full 2 weeks of operation. So 50% of my operation, which is my turnover, is between 60 and 70,000 rand per month, and I would say I've lost about 35 to 40,000 rand.
Not far from Petrus's workshop, Mike Bayer, a member of the Hermanus Chamber of Commerce, supplies coffee to cafes and restaurants along the coast.
The knock-on effect has been, in my mind, potential job losses, struggle to pay the rental for a lot of businesses in Hermanus, rates and taxes. People are taking enormous strain. Tourists have been told that it might be dangerous to come here. We've had some tour buses diverted around and past Hermanus. Will they be coming back is a question. We've had people phoning and questioning on Monday, is the R43 open through Hermanus? I'm coming here on the weekend.
The R43 was a big focus of the protesters. It's the road that leads into Hermanus from Cape Town. Protesters succeeded in getting to it once, but after violent clashes, their way was blocked by police. So they tried another route via a rubbish dump called Marikana.
Marikana is that mountain, and then once you are on the mountain, that is where the police are, and then we'll try to pave a way to R43.
En route, they clashed with police. An officer was critically injured with an axe. His gun was taken.
So those guys, they go there on the Marikana, and then a few minutes later, they came up, and then when they come, they were handling a big gun like that. And then one of the community leaders took that gun and then gave it to me.
This happened the day before Police Minister Beki Cele was due in Hermanus on his second visit. Cele says he was awoken by police in the early hours of that morning.
They come in my house. I saw them when they are, I'm sleeping on this camera. I saw them in front of the bed. I never had them opening the door. They beat me. They beat me this side of my cheek. I think they beat me with the back of the gun. They beat me and they asked the gun, and then I told them that I know the gun. Let me take you to the gun. But those guys, they never stop. So I was like a criminal. The vans that were coming to arrest me, It was more than 15. They move around the location with me in the back of the van. That was my first time being in the van, police van. And then they collect a lot of people. And they were having a list of the people that they have to take over.
The gun was recovered and the men released in time for Minister Cele's arrival. He met with Cele and other members of Zwelisha Renewal.
Cele was our main man that we think will be able to solve our problem. One of the key things that we've asked Cele to organize bilateral stakeholder engagement, whereby he will bring Department of Social Development, Department of Health, Education, local government, ACPS, and Department of Labor. These are relevant stakeholders.
We hope that will help us to resolve the matters on the medium and long term, because we would not love to see the same situation happening here. People must go to school, people must go to work, there must be no banning of facilities in this area.
We went out with those packages and then he said after 2 weeks he will come. So everything now is calm for the time being. So our way forward is, we know most SAPS cannot solve the problem. We never have a problem with SAPS directly. The only people that we have a problem with, it was Overstand Municipality of poor service delivery.
When we return,
Hermanus is a town with one of the biggest divides between rich and poor. And that might very well create this impression that it's a racist town.